The results have been a major blow for the principal opposition party, which was hoping to win in at least 2 states, but is now reduced to a total of 3 states in the entire country, with 2 of them being in South India, Karnataka and Telangana. So how did the 137-year-old party get reduced to such a number? Here are some principal reasons which I have gathered after speaking to insiders and from observing their campaign closely. The number one reason is also what looked to be the Congress's biggest strength going into the election. They had strong leadership in Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh and Bhupesh Baghel in Chhattisgarh and Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan. However, this strength turned out to be a major disadvantage in retrospect because these heavyweights refused to take orders from Delhi beyond an extent. So, for example, Baghel was told that his ministers were losing and yet he stuck to them, and many have lost. And Kamal Nath refused to listen to anyone while Ashok Gehlot ran his own campaign with his own team. If they came out on top, the credit would have been theirs, but having lost, it's on them too. Reason number 2 follows from the previous point. The big difference between the Congress and the BJP is that the ruling party's top leadership is able to take over things when the local leadership is messing up. So you had Amit Shah, Bhupendra Yadav, Ashwini Vaishnav sit and spend their time in Madhya Pradesh, and they decided when and where Shivraj Singh Chauhan should be fielded. In contrast, Team Rahul Gandhi or Mallikarjun Kharge knew things were amiss in Madhya Pradesh, but they weren't able to do anything substantive. They changed the state in charge, replacing JP Agarwal with Randeep Surjewala, but they still couldn't insist on other changes beyond the point. So, the Congress's central leadership does look weak. It's one of the key reasons. Now, reason number 3, the Congress lacked a cohesive narrative. Did you know that at a time when the Congress in Rajasthan should have been out doing public meetings and just going all over the state, they were still holding central election committee meetings in order to win, especially when you're in power like the Congress was in Rajasthan and in Chhattisgarh. You have to give people a reason to keep you there. Gehlot was popular personally, but his move against inflation on Mehengai Rahat camps didn't eventually seem to work. Announcing welfare schemes in Telangana worked because Congress was the challenger in the state. But in Rajasthan, the BJP was able to convince voters that the Congress had law and order problems and that their local leadership was inept, and also they had the paper leak issue. That wasn't countered by the party. The next factor is the lack of unity. It's a key factor, especially in Rajasthan. While Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge was proud that he had worked out a working agreement between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, it was clear that the two were not working together on the ground. This meant that key groups like the Gujars, who had voted for the Congress in 2018, have just shifted their entire vote to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even in Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress claimed it was all united under Kamal Nath, a video went viral of Kamal Nath undermining Digvijay Singh and his son, and that didn't do much for the perception of being united. If there was any lesson from the Karnataka election, it is that being united works, and that's something the Congress seems to have forgotten. Finally, another key factor and reason number 5, I would say, is did the Congress forget to pay attention to half of the voters in all the states? It would seem so, with the Congress in Chhattisgarh announcing their women-centric scheme of Rs 15,000 annual grant as an afterthought. Why else would they announce it after the first phase of voting is over? Compare that to BJP's concerted campaign towards women at every level. The women's vote has been a consistent winning campaign, and this edge the BJP seems to have completely used in this particular election. These are just some of the key factors and not an exhaustive list, but it gives us an idea of how the Congress lost the heartland to the BJP.